AR Telecast News 24/7 documentary feature. Where did humankind begin? Tracing the true birthplace of modern humans. Across the ages, humanity has wondered, where did we come from? Was it in the lush highlands of Sri Lanka, under the shadow of Adam's Peak? Or the fertile plains of Mesopotamia, celebrated as the cradle of civilization? Or somewhere else entirely? Join us on AR Telecast News 24/7 as we journey back nearly 200,000 years to unearth the true origins of modern humans and unravel how myth, history, and science weave a breathtaking story of our shared past. 1. Africa, the true cradle of humankind. Scientific discovery has given us remarkable clues. The earliest fossils of anatomically modern humans, Homo sapiens, have been found in East Africa. In Ethiopia's Omo Kibish, skulls date back nearly 195,000 years. Nearby, in Hertoburi, fossils show humans from 160,000 years ago. Further afield, at Jebel Irhoud in Morocco, remains from 300,000 years ago expand this ancient African map. But fossils aren't the only evidence. Modern genetics tells the same story. Through mitochondrial DNA, passed from mothers, and Y chromosomal DNA, passed from fathers, we trace every living human back to small populations that thrived in Africa around 150,000 to 200,000 years ago. This is the essence of the Out of Africa model. The idea that we all began in Africa before embarking on an extraordinary journey across the world. 2. Spreading across the globe. Roughly 60,000 to 70,000 years ago, our ancestors began leaving Africa. They moved along coastal routes into Arabia, spread through South Asia, reaching India and Sri Lanka by about 50,000 years ago, ventured into Europe by 45,000 years ago, and crossed into Australia even earlier. Much later, around 15,000 to 20,000 years ago, humans crossed icy land bridges into the Americas, completing our global spread. Along the way, we met and even interbred with other hominins like Neanderthals in Europe and Denisovans in Asia. Their DNA still lives within us. 3. Mesopotamia, birthplace of civilization, not of humankind. Why then do so many say Mesopotamia is where humans began? Because while humans themselves originated in Africa, civilization, with cities, writing, and laws, blossomed first in Mesopotamia, around 4000 BCE. This land, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, gave rise to Sumer, Akkad, Babylon, and Assyria. It was here that humans first plowed fields for agriculture, built sprawling cities, developed the world's first writing, cuneiform, and carved legal codes into stone. Mesopotamia is rightly called the cradle of civilization, but it is not the cradle of the human species. 4. Sri Lanka, a land of early settlers and deep Chattutuit. Legends, what of Sri Lanka? Archaeologists have found stone tools and human remains at sites like Batadomba Lena, Fahian, and Belilena caves, showing humans lived here by 48,000 years ago, mastering tropical rainforests and thriving on rich biodiversity. Culturally, Sri Lanka holds profound myths of human origins. At Adam's Peak, Sri Pada, people of many faiths believe humanity left its first mark. Buddhists see the footprint of the Buddha. Hindus honor it as Shiva's. Muslims and Christians link it to Adam, saying he first set foot here after being cast out of paradise. These are powerful stories that shape identity and faith, but they are spiritual traditions, not archaeological evidence for humanity's biological beginning. 5. Why confusion endures, mixing civilization and species origins. So why does confusion persist? It's simple. Many people conflate the rise of civilization with writing and monuments in Mesopotamia or local legends like those at Adam's Peak, with the much older evolutionary story of where our species physically arose. Science draws a clear distinction. Our bodies and brains evolved first in Africa. Civilizations, cultures, and sacred stories arose later, in many parts of the world. 6. Conclusion, a shared human heritage. From the African valleys where the first Homo sapiens walked, to the rainforests of Sri Lanka where humans adapted to tropical life, to the plains of Mesopotamia where we built cities and wrote laws, the human journey is one of migration, adaptation, and profound creativity. Understanding where we truly came from doesn't diminish these local legends. It enriches them, showing how one species spread to every corner of the globe, carrying with them the spark that would become language, art, cities, and civilization itself. This is the story of us all, bound by DNA, enriched by countless cultures, and forever exploring. AR Telecast News 24/7 Special Feature Documentary.